My dog of 15 years, 15 and a half years, passed away recently. And it was, as you can imagine, a very traumatic experience when you lose a pet. I mean, with my dog, we've traveled together. We've just been done so much and had so many wonderful experiences. And through that experience, I really learned a lot. And the selfish part of me really misses her company and misses the walks we used to have and just, her just hanging out and being around. Really difficult. And it happened recently, and a common thing that people will say is, now at least now she's not suffering and she had a good life and you provided her with a good life and you should be glad that you had such a wonderful dog. She was just an amazing, I know everyone thinks their pet is amazing, and she was one of them. She was just absolutely an incredible dog. And I realize all those things are true, that people say that she had a good life and she's not suffering. There's beauty. It's almost like people want to make us feel better, and their intentions are good, and I've been on the same end of trying to eliminate people's pain. And I think we do more harm than good when we try to interrupt or block the grieving period. For whatever, it could be for a pet or a relationship, a family member, anything. And there's this uncomfortableness in society that we have when people suffer, because we have this myth that we're always supposed to, we're supposed to be happy. That's the goal of being a human, is happiness. And Eckhart Tolle talks about pain bodies, that we have certain things will trigger a deep sense of pain and activate that within us. I think one of the reasons pain bodies grow or persist is because we tend to stuff them, and we tend to keep them in a pressure cooker without allowing an escape valve. And one of the best coping mechanisms I had was just allowing my sadness to be. I was there when she died. She had just a real rough last night of her life, and it was really hard. And I just broke down and just started crying, and I was a mess. And part of me says, "No, you're a guy. You need to buck up." Or maybe a part of me used to say that. And I just allowed it to be, and allowed it to take grieving, allowed it to take its course. And then I'd wake up and I'd be in tears, and I would just really miss her. Think I heard the rattle of her collar coming to my bedroom. And this continued for a little while, where I would just allow the pain to be, and just not resisting anything that happened in the last month or two of her life. And I started feeling better and better. And then after a certain time, I was able to look back and say, understand and agree and feel it on a deeper level, that all the positive things. I was able to look at all the positive things that I was able to share with this amazing dog. But if we don't allow ourselves to grieve, if we don't allow ourselves to be human and to feel emotions, and part of some spiritual teachings is that everything is we're supposed to accept and not be angry and not be depressed and not grieve, and I think it's to deny our humanness is a crime. That I don't know, I guess the most important thing is just to live authentically, living true to yourself. And I know, even though people were telling me to cheer up and look at the positive, I know that authenticity, the space that I allowed myself to experience was healing. The other thing that I learned is I never experienced the death of a pet. I mean, when I was a kid, there was, my pets died, but my parents kind of handled it. This was something that really I was handling along with some other family members, and in our attempt there's this resistance to death that we have as a society, and we take all kinds of great measures, expenses to prevent death and to prolong life. And I'm not making a judgment call whether it's right or wrong. Each individual can decide for themselves, but I just like to share what I learned from my experience. Is it came to the point where we were force feeding her because she wasn't eating. We were giving her all kinds of medications, getting blood tests, injecting her with fluids because she was dehydrated, and doing everything we could to prolong her life, and really ignoring what her will was. And some people say my dogs don't have a will or whatever. She definitely did. She wanted to go. She wanted to pass on. It was time. And I think in our efforts, which were well intentioned, in trying to prolong her life, we ended up perhaps extending her suffering, her torment, due to our inability to let go. And that's one of the hardest things to do, is to let go. It's, as humans, there's this propensity, because of our intellect and our ability to control things. And we want to control, and we want to sometimes go against nature. And I think when we go against nature, we do more harm than good. And as I look back, I think there really needs to be a balance struck between, okay, will this really significantly improve the quality of my dog's life by force feeding her, giving her pills and all these things, or is it something that I have an issue I have to deal with myself? And looking back, I would say I would have gone along with nature. I would have let nature take its course, as painful as it might be. Yeah, I'd go to a vet and see if there's any possibility, but dogs get old. She was just old. It was time. And that was a mistake that I made. And it's a tough one. It really is a tough one. And I think at the time, deep down, this is what happens when I don't trust my intuition. Deep down, I knew that I need to let nature take its course. And I guess the selfish part of me just didn't have the ability to do that, just didn't have the ability to let go, because, sharing your life 14, 15 years with a pet, it's a tough pill to swallow, to see them go, or to know that they're going to die, or to accept that they're going to die. And there's so many things in life that we have difficulty accepting, whether it be the end of a relationship, whether it be our own limitations and inabilities, whether it be accepting other people. And we create a lot of undue stress and pressure and suffering in trying to control and change and manipulate things. Humans have a very difficult time letting things be, letting nature be. And we're reaping the cost of it, the consequences of creating a very toxic planet, toxicity in our relationships, because we just can't accept what is. And I really believe that's where peace lies, in the ability to accept what is, and the ability to know, accept what is doesn't mean we just sit there passively. Accept what is means that we allow things to be as they're going to be. We allow people to be as they're going to be. And there's just, it's difficult, but there's just great peace in that. And when we are unable to do that, we create our own prison. Thank you everybody for all your comments and your emails, your support, and without you guys, this channel wouldn't be possible. Really, each and every email or each and every comment that you guys make or a video response means a lot to me, and what motivates me to continue making videos. So I really thank you.